this sport what it is, a rivalry game. For many schools and fans, it's days like today that can set your feelings about your school allegiance and provide a sense of accomplishment or dread for a very long time. Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Keenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, taking on last year's national champions, the North Carolina Tar Heels. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Tar Heels will kick it away to start. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Wake Demon Deacons offense will have the first possession of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down, it's 2nd and 10. The inside handoff. He is going nowhere as the defense is manhandling this running game. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Demon Deacons line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Sidelines into the game with that touchdown.
And you could see once he left everybody in the dust and he was going to the house, the sidelines going nuts. What a big-time play to take the lead. Defense did its job. Now special teams coming through in a big way.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. They punted on the opening possession of the game. Might still have a few plays left on that opening script. To the air on 1st down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Guys, let's step back for a moment and talk a little Wake Forest. Great pickup on the defensive front. 3-star defensive lineman gives a verbal commitment last week, and you really need to bring good talent into the program. Maybe diamonds in the rough at this level. That's how they thrive.
Oh, there's no doubt. And just some of these guys, they're not as refined, but they've got the tools, right? And so I think he's got the tools, and this is a guy that you can build around that defensive line.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And this is a guy who's very quickly rewriting the record books for his school. 5 sacks. That is not a typo. 5 sacks his last time out, and here he is getting his first in the game.
From midfield, looking for room. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So North Carolina's offense has its first opportunity of the day. Great place to start for this offense. to the single back. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Tar Heels. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. The Demon Deacons will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets it away from his own end zone. Makes the catch right at the 50. Oh, spins away. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. The hand to the running back. Oh, he's got enough space. Touchdown, UNC! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Hand off from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They need something that goes forward this time on 2nd and long from the 14. They'll move the tight end. From the gun to give, looking for room. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And to get rid of it quickly. And the missed connection on 3rd down. And the Demon Deacons will line up to punt it away. Makes the grab close to the logo. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try... Turning it on! Got some room, entered the goal line. Touchdown, North Carolina! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. DB's right up on the receivers. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Demon Deacons now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The give out of the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Got it behind the line. It's Tompkins. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to fire. He wants it all. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. The give from the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Demon Deacons trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on 3rd down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. The Demon Deacons will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Snags it over the middle. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. There he goes. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. The Tar Heels come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UNC!
You You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Gives it on the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Rides the back and leaves it. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. And down he goes back at the 3. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. And the Demon Deacons send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt.
Snags it! And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, North Carolina!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. The Demon Deacons have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. And a sack all the way back at the 5. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Makes the grab. Open space at the 25. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. The run from the shotgun. Once again, finding nowhere to run against this defense. He's knocked down immediately. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, the ground game. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
And I really don't understand the play call. Palmer, like 3rd and long, and they're not trusting their quarterback. Does this say something about their quarterback moving forward? We'll get to that as the game progresses, but man, I just think you got to trust your quarterback, and you got to pass the football on 3rd and long.
He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Here's the pressure. Gets it out quickly. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. And the Tar Heels want to pick up the tempo.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looks as if he's going to run it. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Finds him out of the backfield. There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
The pull and throw off the RPO.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. Gonna look downfield again. Here comes the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Working that left side now. Breaks into the open. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Tar Heels have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here, Paul.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they featured him today.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had to...
Touchdown, Tar Heel! And they take it in for 6 more points.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here's the return from inside his 10. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. It's a draw. Buys just enough space to create some breathing room. He's got it up to the 12. This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. Makes the grab on the right. He's loose. The 20. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
It is good. Now, there is a flag down on the play, but when you knock through a field goal from that distance and you're not going to get the first down, I think you just keep your points. You must protect the kicker when he's in a defenseless position like that. That penalty is going to give the offense a first down. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was fourth down, now first down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Under fire. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, but man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming, you really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Finds a tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. They turn to the passing game on third and short. He's looking deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. He's got it. First down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Wants to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. And the Demon Deacons will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. They'll leave it with the lone back. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And after the really good gain on first down, they'll try to finish it off on second and goal. On the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UNC! Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Out of the chute. Quick toss to the right. At the 35, he's open. Oh, he found a space on the right. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Demon Deacons with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. It's good. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the grab.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Now adjusting. Grabbed in the middle. It's Tompkins. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls through.
Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. The Tar Heels have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Got his man quickly. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, North Carolina. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
I I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football. He'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking for a man, it's Rooks. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Looking downfield on 1st down. He lets it fly. Brings it in down the left side. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tar Heel. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Demon Deacons now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough.
And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. The Demon Deacons decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback.
Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, UNC! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Rooks. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures, He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Pulls it and fires to the left. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They're dealing with a second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Give him 6. Touchdown, North Carolina.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this. You keep finding them.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They'll run it from the gun. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass, it's Rooks. And down he goes back at the 3. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll keep it on the ground here, off right tackle. And nowhere to go, couldn't get it out of the end zone. He'll take the safety. They'll set up with a free kick from their own 20.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. To the air on first down. Makes the catch. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And the Tar Heels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He's going to run it. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Quarterback keeps it. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Tar Heels are on the move. On the move. Finishes the run with the slide.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Touchdown, Tar Heel! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together, get some good mojo going.
Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. And the Demon Deacons will bring the punt team onto the field. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, UNC! And they take it in for 6 more points. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Now this offense is back on the field. From the shotgun, the inside give. Oh, he's got some space. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24. The Demon Deacons can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give on the inside. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield, it's Rooks. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Demon Deacons will punt it away on 4th down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Makes the catch around the 50. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Makes it past the marker. Turning on the Jets. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Tar Heels moving quickly to the line. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game. The defense.
And they're going to score again. yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today, but opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
He's out of bounds at his own 16-yard line, and he just couldn't find the corner on that return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. To the ground with the back. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day. The Demon Deacons have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Rides the back on the option to give. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Demon Deacons will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Got it near midfield. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. This is quickly turning into a celebration. Turning it on! Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Tar Heels just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day. Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. They'll run it from the gun. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. The Demon Deacons with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Rooks. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. And the Demon Deacons will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, North Carolina.
After this, it'll be a wrap. He wants to throw it. Ball's incomplete, and that'll do it from here. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff. Rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.